Good morning, beautiful, exciting morning it is on the Bumper Breakfast today. We're glad to be here with you this beautiful Monday morning, the 10th of January 2022. 2022. I mean, the month of January seems to be running and running closely to the end of the month already. Children have resumed school, workers are back to work, and everyone is, ready to be productive finally in the year. 10 days gone already. What have you achieved? How far have you gone with those plans that you have for the year? It's a question you need to put at the back of your mind and keep in your consciousness so that you can measure your your progress as you go into the year. My name is Tomisi, and it's always a pleasure being here with you with the beautiful red lady Yinka Kenny. Good morning, Yinka Kenny.
Good morning.
Well, just like this morning, you're wearing black pants as well.
Well, how the mind works, rather. Good morning.
How are you doing? How was your week?
It was good.
Because I know the last I saw you was on Monday, then you disappeared.
Yeah.
You told me to say I'm still on break.
Yeah. No, because I actually did not have
the
during
the break.
During the break. I didn't have a break during the break because I was actually working even on Christmas Day, even on the first of the year.
Yeah.
So I was working all through. So I just said to myself, at least once in a while, we need a break. Even our work clock at times, it goes off and it's like, I need a break.
Can you people just leave me alone for a while?
Yeah, and actually I did have the break. In fact, it got to a point, a neighbor of mine called me on phone to say, hello ma, your car, my car, I've not moved my eye. When I got home on Monday, I called the three of them out to, remove their vehicles.
And then you parked at the back.
Yeah, in the front, actually.
Okay.
So they felt probably because I came in early, I wasn't going out again and all that. So I think it was on a Thursday, he just called me to say, hello ma, are you fine? I said, what? It's like you've not gone out. I said, oh.
I'm on break.
He said, oh, you actually need it.
And when your neighbors can acknowledge that you need break, it means that you've been working yourself to the ground.
And for him to know that this woman, she must definitely go out. She must definitely daily, honestly. But consciously we should give ourselves rest.
The rest when it is required.
Yes.
And our guest this morning, another person who decided to go on break. During the break, he went on break, and then after the break, he told me on Monday morning, he said to me, work starts on Tuesday, like I don't know what you're talking about right now. She said, good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Tomisi. I had my break at the normal time.
I did.
I had break extension.
And the first working day of the year, I think that
they
was
gave you
fourth,
a public holiday.
that was a Monday. The second day, we've been hitting the ground running, and it's been a very wonderful time. Very optimistic with this year. I don't know.
I think everybody is optimistic.
Yes, I am.
There have been
Honestly,
several things happening left, right, center that confirms. It seems I will not just move on V8 engine. I think they will invent a V12 engine at which I will move.
it's like there's something about the atmosphere.
Isn't there a V12 already?
I don't know. Some of my friends are saying like, oh, it seems because of the election. I said no. There's this aura that
you not get what I'm saying. I feel it. Like this
when we started 21, the tension was there.
Yeah. You get,
but this one was like
there was this calmness.
Then I think it's much more. We are religious people, and you go through a whole lot of what do we call it now? Prophecies this year. It's been more of positive than negative. So I think that has somehow put down the tension.
Maybe for the people.
Then I said,
I didn't hear prophecy.
No.
I started feeling this way before the prophecy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, for me, it's not even for the prophecy, but I feel that generally, because
it's been a bit positive.
People, we are religious people. I think generally it has helped to some sort of downs the tension
in the land.
Then there's something about this year. Everybody's going all about. It's a 222 year. 2022. We had 111 last 10-11, and we won't have another one until 30-33. So there's something about the 222 and all that.
I appreciate all those analyses. This is just something that
what I feel from the inside is what I reckon with.
It's just
from the inside. I just feel a little bit.
For me, I feel it's all encompassing.
And while we're feeling all of the fun that comes with the 2022 year, I think I've just been a bit angry with the fact that a number of Nigerians are not even ready for productivity as required. So I'm sorry. I had conversations with friends, family, on social media who were abroad in other countries. Nigerians, not abroad people, as in black people like us, as in Niger people who relocated, and doctors were in their various hospitals, 25 first, and it was normal to be at work. And then they had, all the other people as well, even the casual workers were at their various assignments on the 1st and 25th. Now, we have a cultural holiday here. We have the holiday spirit and all that. I appreciate it. We're different people. But then this is our public holiday. Maybe they gave us public holiday now.
Yeah.
After 25, we were given Monday, Tuesday for Boxing Day and Christmas.
Yeah. After first, in the UK.
Yeah. After first, we were given the Monday as the holiday for the first.
That's tough.
Do you know quite a number of workers still did not resume last week?
Yes.
Did you know quite a number of them are saying things like, Monday is a better time. Do you
resume.
To resume. Do you know quite a number of people just went to the office on Tuesday to mark register and then they disappear?
Yeah, well, Toby, I don't know the perspective you're looking at it. Maybe you're talking of the government workers.
I'm not talking about government workers alone. I'm even talking about private organizations.
Yeah, it's a fun. That means the organization does not know its audience. My staff resumed on the 4th, which was Tuesday. It's a matter of you're not at work. You will deduct your pay.
No, but I think a lot of your organization you decided to resume on the 4th now.
4th.
On the 4th of January, but I think a whole lot of organizations they just moved it.
If we move it forward, that's management decision.
Yes.
If you have been asked to resume, because I engage some people even when they say Lagos State government asks you to resume on the 4th, I said, come to think about it, your employer determines how things go. It's optional for you. You don't want to do the work, you pull out of it. But this is what I want as for my organization. You have to just comply with it. You are not ready to comply. So you see, this enthusiasm we're talking about, this optimistic nature in us is personal. I can still bet you that at the end of this quarter, you'll see people, oh, I said it, I think I feel it. And people will say, so means you've changed your car, you're looking nice, you've done this. And some people will be saying,
Amen. I like that.
Oh my God,
Like
this 2022, I wish it didn't come. And people are blowing, people are, making,
but then,
so it's personal.
In that case, we look at on the average.
And that's why I say productivity. Are we ready to hit the ground running?
Let me tell you something. Ready.
Let me tell you something.
Nigerian.
Let me tell you. Maybe it's just the set of people you spoke with. No. Because I know even a lot of government workers.
Resume.
They resume.
I'm not talking about them.
Even
there's difference between resumption and resumption. I can go to work and not work now.
If there's
nothing to do, but the fact is that they actually went to work and they actually spent the normal hours. I can tell you that for free.
One of your colleagues was telling me he was supposed to go audit a particular organization, and then he was told by the organization that, Oga, even though we're at work, we're not working. Don't come. Just wait till next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. Imagine.
Yeah, it's a function. It's a function. See, if I have.
So their boss possibly thought they were in the office. They were actually there.
But they are not working.
No, but the auditor,
you have a timeline to deliver that.
Of course, the person has a
timeline. When somebody who put me on pressure, now I have 2 weeks for your organization. A week is out. You see, you are not out for work. It's just for me to write to the man.
That's exactly what the person
did.
Make
available. Okay, well, I was at work to carry out the assignment, but this is what I had. So it's left for the management. If there's no action from them, there's nothing else.
It's the management's decision.
When he now wanted to start, when he now wrote a memo, and all that, and then they started calling their orgas, their orgas at their level, now started calling to say, Oga, MIT come memo from wow. Emma worry, we'll try to.
So that's what you're saying. Somebody has to brace them up.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, but I think that's just one out of a lot.
But I think most people
they actually do.
But people should.
Yeah, but I think
people should.
The thing is that some organizations, I was even surprised because I had, I run a baby care center. I had a parent that actually told me that. I was surprised. She said she has not resumed that. They have not resumed that. They are resuming today. I was like, what? You people? She said,
yeah, most of
it was even an email that came in later when they were on break. That initially they were to resume, but somehow the management.
Yeah, you might decide to do one.
I think for me, I do not think Nigerians they love their job. I tell you.
I think so.
I tell you.
No,
so maybe it's just the few, out of their exceptional cases, out of a whole lot, they are exceptional. And if you talk about Nigerians in diaspora, the reason most of them do work on public holidays, maybe on Christmas Day or this, because they do get paid, extra. So
more money,
they just feel that they just feel that they should do it. And I know that even Nigerians here, if you tell them to go to work, like for crying out loud, I never thought in my wildest imagination that I would be at work on the 1st of January. But I actually did.
Sorry, because I've not done it before.
No, I actually did. Something that I have a way of escaping it.
She has this way of saying,
so, but you see,
when you not escape that. Those of us who have been doing it for years, we're used to it.
You see, but if you
I started my career going to work on Christmas Day, and New Year Day. So I don't understand.
It's not new.
It's not what
people like us.
As a copper, I started my career going to work on Christmas.
So
I don't get it.
In general, I think if you ask me if the job demand said, I know that Nigerians would do it.
Let's take a look at the papers this morning, and I want to begin with the Guardian newspaper. I love the picture story of the Guardian this morning. Africa Cup of Nations finally kick-started. yesterday, and the opening ceremony was exciting with the dancers. So you see pictures of the dancers on the front page of the Guardian newspaper.
That was in Cameroon.
Yes, in Cameroon. And Nigeria is meant to meet. I'm so excited because apparently we're meant to play against Cameroon. And
not Cameroon, Egypt. I think
Egypt?
our first match is Egypt.
Is Egypt.
Yeah, Cameroon played yesterday. They won their first match.
Burkina Faso against Burkina Faso. Yeah. Let them not come and play us yet though.
No, we'll play Tuesday. I'm very optimistic. You know, everything about me this year is positivity. So we'll win that match. If Cameroon can win, who will win it? We'll beat Egypt.
We'll beat Egypt, right?
We'll give it to us.
But
I hope you guys will not be overconfident.
How many times do you think Egypt has won the cup?
Egypt, I think we've won the African.
No, Egypt has won more than us. Don't
more
worry.
than us.
They have won more than us.
Don't worry, it doesn't matter. This time around, we're starting on a good note.
No,
with the positivity
we still remain Africa champion.
Since when?
No, they don't put us down.
Listen, we are number 3. All right, that's just a picture story. But 1 year after federal government's autogas plan fails to fly ahead of the subsidy removal, planned 1 million gas-powered vehicles elusive as subsidy removal looms. Major independent marketers desert scheme as the autogas sells for 400 naira a litre. Federal government sets aside 250 billion naira for vehicle conversion to begin pilot scheme in 12 states. Of course, Lagos is going to be one of that. 1.23 million telecom subscribers join networks as internet growth slows. Military squandered $15 billion on arm deals. CDD claims. Suit crisis. Wike makes broadcast. Declares 19 illegal refineries kingpins wanted and sent it on Earth's 14.7 billion naira PHCN money hidden in bags. Tinubu informs Buhari or Shibajo of 2023 presidential ambition. That's coming from a source. It's not coming from Tinubu himself. It's a source. That's it. Page 2 of the Guardian newspaper tells you that story. Now, the interesting part, I like it when we make stories out of, I like you will make stories out of, but it has riders, and I love the riders of this one. That story is just beneath there. The riders are "we're not aware of conversation," says the vice president spokesperson. Reverend Waif urges VP to join the race as group explains why Southeast will support Oshibajo. Now, Daniel Obanikoro, GNI, wants Southwest leaders to streamline their aspirants. Do we have more than 1 or 2? Okay, let's take a look at, I'm not talking politics this morning, let's take a look at business and federal government's autogas plan fails to fly ahead of the subsidy removal. I'm interested because about 1 million gas-powered vehicles were supposed to be rolled out before the subsidy removal, starts. But I remember the vice president was talking about the conversion and all of that earlier last year.
To me, it's part of what we've been saying.
By we,
so
you
much
mean?
Policies.
By we, you mean? By we?
We as Nigerians.
Okay.
Nigerians. So much policy, fantastic one that can transform individual nations within a jiffy. But when it comes to implementation, it becomes a problem. As we speak, the federal government, through their budget, it's most likely, with certainty, that there will be removal of the subsidy. But the last 1 year, there has been projection of saying, okay, to cushion the effect, this is what we're going to do. Get autogas. We are the largest gas-flaying country in Africa, and with that, if we're able to convert it very well, some of the automobiles that we're making use of, rather than using the fossil oil, which is the petrol, you can now make use of that, at least to balance out. And we're told that there will be mass transit, at least to ease the burden of masses.
Okay.
But as we speak, well, I don't work with the presidency, and I've not heard so much from them in the dailies too of the plan, except for the one you're reading, that up till now we've not had anything. So it's just to tell us some of the things that we've been saying about the government. I want to believe that at times there are work behind the scene But when there is a communication gap, it bridles what is not. The only thing we are hearing that is on prominence as we speak is the removal of the subsidy.
Yeah.
But to cushion the effect, how ready are we? We have made certain suggestions to the government on some of the things that we feel they need to do about this subsidy. It will be good if we can remove subsidy. The way we are doing it, have a different view about it. You know, subsidy is paid on the product that you bring in. You understand? So whether that product is diverted to Cameroon, to Niger, to anywhere,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
You have paid it, and it has come.
And we said, can we revert the wheel? Can we reinvent the wheel in the process of saying, okay, bring in the product. You can only enjoy subsidy at the filling station when it gets to the end result. You can have caliber of people. We can say, you and I, we are not, you know, you look at certain class of certain people. Maybe you have a card and so you get to the filling station. If you earn as much as this, you know, via our task. That's why I say data is key.
So basically, you're saying direct to the consumers and not to the marketers.
So bring in the product at level at which you. So at that point in time, you see, we might decide to now drop our vehicles. The commercial buses, definitely, we enjoy the subsidy. You get there as a commercial person, but we'll put a cap. This was part of the things that certain set of people will brainstorm on. We'll put a cap so that somebody will not be taking the fuel and selling
going to sell to his own.
So somebody that feels
it can only be
you just pulled it out of my mouth because I was about to say that. Do you think that will not be sabotage?
It cannot. It's just to put a cap. You know there was a time in Lagos.
50 liters.
If you observe, every commercial buses have their destination written on them.
Yes.
You see the IKRD to CMS. That means you're telling us that you move from Ikorodu to CMS. So we are not expected to see you at Abule Egba or Ijayi. You know that kind of a thing.
Yes,
so that kind of a thing we can project, plus or minus with traffic. You know, because this thing has to do with data. Plus and minus.
Well, isn't it even possible to take the data before we even put this cap? Because if we're going to do this,
no, we'll do that first, and that's when we are going to have.
Because what's the average amount of fuel?
For you to work, if you work 24 hours a day,
what's the average amount of fuel that you use?
So this is the amount of fuel you need to use. So if you are coming for this capacity of vehicle, the highest you can buy is this. So once you put the cap, we know people will still be around to say, okay, I won't work today. Everybody put the cost benefit analysis. If I'm to run this vehicle to work and I sell this product to somebody at this rate, which one will pay me? You know, trust Nigerians. We are very intelligent in those kind of things.
But if you can achieve an average, result,
that means you pass the stuff to the high earners. You know, it's just that you pay more because you earn more. You know, like we take
indirect tax
on those set of people. Then the people that enjoys the commercial bus, IT people that moves here and there, the lower cadre that will say minimum wage of 30,000. Then you can play down the road to say, okay, they will have the convenience to do that. I feel removing the subsidy, to me, I'm an advocate of it, that we should remove it. Let's face whatever it is.
Okay.
Die and die. Everybody will die one day. Let's face it the way it is. But let's have a plan to make sure
subsidize the people directly.
The people concerned
so
directly.
You don't think the 5,000 naira transport allowance is even a good, because a lot of Nigerians are finding it difficult to understand. Some are saying that the 5,000 may not get to the right set of people, while others are saying even this 5,000, what does it cater to? It
don't. So for me, you see, we like throwing money at things, and it's not. I'm not an advocate of that.
Exactly.
Throw money here, pay 10,000, less privilege 20,000. Remember the 774,000 work for 3 months up till today. So we just like throwing money at people. But no, put the right system in place. Let an average. So if I want to go out, I know I want to go out because I'm going to benefit this. You now see individuals thinking, okay, when I put the cost benefit analysis, if I need to join, maybe a BRT to where I'm going, and I need to take my car. Which one is more cost effective for me? We've seen corporate people, and with that, the government can pump in to say, okay, let's have more transit. We are working on the rail system, within Lagos. Develop some of those things rather than saying we want to pay 5,000 transport or logistics allowance to everybody that will not get to them. So
even if it does, it makes no sense.
May not do those. So let's put this in the right perspective. Stop subsidizing from the importers.
Okay.
Make it the one that an average Nigerian will benefit from the filling station. And with that, I think we'll move faster. If the gas stuff works, fine. If it doesn't, let's look at other alternatives and make things. But I think the government should be intentional to make sure that an average citizen get value for being a Nigerian.
Average citizen gets value for being a Nigerian.
Yeah.
That's one thing the Nigerians will clamor for in 2022. Let's look at the Punch.
Okay, it's coming with the lead stories. Vaccination this morning. Enforce compulsory vaccination for local government, state workers. Federal government tells governors. NPHCDA, that's the National Primary Health Care Center Development Agency, urges states to set up mass vaccination sites in markets and others. Vaccination grounds at 4.2%. 38 deaths recorded first week in January. 38 deaths recorded first week in January from COVID-19. Okay, Grandpa and Brazil returnee undergraduate arrested with cocaine, tramadol, and cannabis. I removed my second testicle to kill sexual urge. UI 500 level medicine drop out. Okay, commercial bus driver stabs lover's husband to death in Ogun State. Above the nameplate, we have Senate probes 14.7 billion PHC and privatization fund in secret accounts. Capital importation falls by 1.68 trillion, says CBN. And federal government issues Lassa fever alert. Death toll it's 102. Cases now 4,632. It seems Lassa fever is killing people much more than COVID-19. So I strongly feel that attention should be placed on that. And I think, Thomason, we should talk about the compulsory enforcement on government workers, the local government, the state workers, and the federal government is appealing to state governors to please do that.
Make it compulsory.
Yes, I just want to say this morning that will it not be an infringement on the human rights?
But I would quickly respond before she gets to respond to that. For those who are watching us for the first time this morning, Mr. Olusegun Okwande is the analyst they usually have on a Monday morning. But he is a business consultant. He is an auditor by profession, the vice president of ICANN in Ikeja chapter of that association. So yes, he's a public affairs analyst, but he talks business much more because that's his forte. But before I also ask you to respond again, France did something similar, and they were going to say that everyone who does not take the vaccination above the age of 50, from 50 and above, apparently will be denied access to public places.
Yes.
Total access to public places. So if they have to go to a public place, they have to get vaccinated. That's what, and this is talking about citizenry. This is not even workers. So after making it compulsory for all their workers, they went a step further to say you are even a citizen. You are above the age of 50, and you're likely susceptible to breaking down more if you catch COVID. We will punish you by not allowing you have access to markets, to churches, to cinemas, restaurants, and all that if you do not have the vaccination card. So we're not strange. That's what I'm saying.
Going by the word enforcement, you enforce
compulsory.
When there are availability. How many centers do we have? What is the number of
No. I can tell you that I can tell you that we do have, but we have people are actually not going for it. Yes.
No, I had two reports, and I'm on public TV. Somebody sent me a message that they've been having challenges at a specific area in Agege for over 2 weeks.
Wow. Because someone actually, I have reports from my area, all over this place. You go there. I even intend taking my booster jab now this week. I know that people they are there, even at the health center. They are there 24/7, but people are not coming. At Mushi area, I had reports that yes, you walk in there.
Maybe the one I had is
so
an exception.
I know that we cannot have 100% though.
But the truth is, I feel we should have more of the vaccine on ground.
Yes.
Before you start enforcement.
We should have it even in the government office?
Yeah, it's part of what we're saying.
I think that's what the National Primary Healthcare Development Agencies. That's what they are appealing for. That we can have it at the marketplaces. We can have it at places. Make it accessible.
So when that is done.
So I can just walk out of the office,
do what I need to do, and I know. Now do that for like a month or two, and see the response. Then we can follow the area of the aspect of France, saying if you don't have this, I know Obaseki came up with that to say if you don't have the vaccination
Obaseki actually started this enforcement.
If you don't have the
and Nigerians came up at him.
It's not good. You are not going to have access to this, have access to that. But the question then was, are these vaccines available? And like Inka mentioned, human rights advocate, no, you are infringing on my date. When it comes to health issue, I think these human rights people try as much as possible to manage it. Because you are a threat to the other party.
To the other person.
From what we've seen. So if the government is saying that you must take it, then they give you option. If you don't want, it's good. But you won't have access to basic things.
Exactly.
So if you choose that you want to, like I said, if not that I'm a frequent flyer, I will not take the job. I will not take the vaccine. I will stay in my house and want to enjoy my house, enjoy myself.
But you are being compelled to.
Because I know if I must go anywhere, they are going to ask for the card. They are going to ask for.
And I know quite a number of people in that things are like the same way with him. I told you of even a senior pharmacist friend that. He said to me that he would not have taken it, but because of the fact that he just had to, he doesn't stay frequent, so much more in Nigeria. He has to fly now and then.
Even within here, there are areas you go. If you check my car, I have my card with me. They will ask you, are you vaccinated?
Oh, really?
Organization.
Here in Nigeria?
Here in Nigeria. Are you vaccinated?
Oh, good
you
to
say,
know.
okay, can we have that? And I asked myself, and that's why I said for me, if I know that's the issue, an average Nigerian, you can buy the card, which will learn people are doing when they come in. So if you have a good database, it's just for you to bring out something and put and confirm on the national database.
Exactly.
Okay, this man has actually been vaccinated. So every organization.
So it all comes back to another thing, data.
Yes.
But then let me speak for the people a little bit.
Issue with Nigeria.
I like to have conversations with people and find out exactly why they are not doing what you want them to do. And I find out that a lot of Nigerians have excuses like, please tell me why I should get vaccinated, when what you're telling me is that the countries that gave you the very jab that you're talking about and encouraging me to go take are recording. Okay, for example, a country that has vaccinated over 90% of its citizens is recording one of the highest number of cases in Europe as we speak, despite the fact that those people are fully vaccinated. Even some of them have taken the booster jab. Then we are talking about COVID here. We're vaccinating. No, I'm speaking for the people here. We're vaccinating. We're making it compulsory. But the countries that give us the vaccine are not recording the results that should encourage us to take the vaccine. So don't you think we should now be looking inwards, like our NAFDAC should be saying, you know what? If this is what is happening, because we seem to just be playing the game.
No, let me say something.
What happens to a small country like Madagascar? Who said we don't need that? This is what we're going to give our people and develop their own drugs.
Okay, let me allow you, Kenny.
Let me say it's into diverse ways. If I'm going to respond to someone out there talking this way, I will tell you one. Nigeria, we do not, like Shishana had said for the opt-in time this morning, we do not have data. Tommy Singh, last year you and I know several people that just woke up and fell dead. And Nigeria, we wouldn't do autopsy. We wouldn't do a post-mortem. I told you for a number of times that I strongly feel that a whole lot of people that are dying due to COVID. But unfortunately, we do not have data. We do not have records. 2, now, what we're saying is that the vaccine is not, it's not something that will make you not catch COVID, but something that will not make it, something that will get out of hand. That is, when you are vaccinated, it's when you catch COVID and you don't have probably underlying illness, you will definitely run through it and survive it. That is it. Now, talking about countries that are having much more cases, they have a database. Now, going back to...
No, I'm not even talking about much more cases. I'm talking about cases despite their vaccination.
That's what I'm saying, because they do have... If we have... Thomas, I tell you, if Nigeria, if we have data, you'll be shocked. Let's not use Nigeria as a perfect example. So, but the thing is,
South Africa that has data as a perfect example.
Okay, you see,
they are also saying the exact same thing.
My response to this is, Africans should desist from this follow.
Yeah,
I was on a TV station like this, and that's my position. Remember when COVID first came in 2019? My very wonderful friend GSM. You know who we call GSM, the governor. He said the position of things is that this COVID does not like hot things. He said, do you know that the first prescription for COVID is good amala? He emphasized.
I know about people are particular about it.
To say use nose mask. If you go to Ibadan in the market, nobody was wearing nose mask. Even till now, they don't.
Till now, did they send you?
I was in your state. Was it 2 weeks ago? Those guys, they said.
Did you see? Did you see the video at the burial of the Olubado?
I said those guys.
No, honestly, I'm also an advocate of. I strongly believe that if we are intentional, we can get something
that will work for us.
That will work for us.
So that's what we honestly domesticate our solution.
Our solution, which brings me to the next question I wanted you to answer with that answer.
Okay.
We're talking about Lassa fever this morning, and we have recorded, like joke, between 2020, when the world was complaining so much. We were on lockdown, and Lassa fever was killing people. Cholera was killing people, and we were on lockdown. Now, Lassa fever, you have death toll hit about 102.
And we have about 4,632 cases now.
4,632 cases. If Lassa fever had hit the rest of the developed world, they would have found a solution. Are we waiting for Lassa fever to hit they use rats in the developed world as a pet. They don't have Lassa fever. So it is domesticated in Africa. So are we waiting for them to find a solution to our Lassa fever for us as well?
It's to tell you that we need a good system. If you look at the people that provide solutions to the problems that are faced in the developed world, it's still the African sector. All they enjoy is the system. Have the good infrastructure in place, power. You are not thinking of, do you know, if you are working under an atmosphere where you are hearing your generator running, you don't think straight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I don't use the generator. It just annoys the living daylight out of me. I can't think.
The noise is terrifying. Even if it's a soundproof, for me, enjoy. So look at the basic infrastructure. People there, all they do is they have the basic amenities. They are not thinking that, oh, please quickly go and charge my phone because NEPA will soon take light. The light is there 24/7, so they can think straight. And we have asked our researchers, what are they doing? Domesticate the problem. There are certain things these tridomedicals can do. And you see, can we have the first solution to the world problem coming from Africa? knowing fully well that the first set of people that, you know, gave solution, this vaccination that you're saying, were African-born, you know, people who worked, you know, with the system that they have there. Can we think of something? It has always been my problem. All we rely on is everything imports. The ear you are wearing, imported. The shoe, imported. The clothes, imported.
Okay.
The phone,
Sorry.
imported. The food,
Sorry, my clothes
imported.
is not imported. My material is
Okay, your material is
Nigerian.
It's Nigerian, local.
At least I used to manage that one.
It's Kenny that is wearing imported. But everything.
She's imported from Eto, but even the
Eto
nails she's wearing is imported.
is imported. Can we think of something? You see, I gave it to a state like Ogun State. You know, I think they now make it compulsory whether twice in a week you wear adire. You know, they are the producers
of adire.
Adire now. So the
Are they
government,
is the government subsidizing the purchase of this adire?
well, I don't know. But for the government, I visited the government.
The material that is being used for the adire,
Yeah,
is it local?
It's local.
it's local.
Okay.
So everything about our product is
It's
local.
local.
So go to
I hope it
Tex
is.
and all those
Let me
people.
say, I hope it's local.
No, it is.
They have the foreign one. I understand what you're
Yeah,
doing.
I-
There is the local one and there's the foreign
what
one.
are
I
we
get
talking
you.
about?
The
but,
material that
then-
is used to make it, there's the local one, there's the foreign one. You know Ateru, they use it to
no.
make adire,
Yes,
and then
no.
they have the other one.
Most of the adire we wear, the material is imported. To me, say
I have local ones. So
Those,
don't
yeah,
say we wear.
the
Say I
one
wear.
you
Don't
wear,
say,
you know you are
say I wear. Don't say she's a very sophisticated.
so,
We
but
are
the one
local
we wear,
people.
on my visit to the governor, he gave us adire.
Abi.
And the adire was from Teru.
Ah.
And I've been
I don't
wearing
know what
it.
you're talking
So
about.
now you say, so if we can give room to situations where I won't wear these suits and look for Ankara, look for adire and promote our, do you know what we're trying to say? We are improving our economy by creating more employment. People go, whether you even import the material to make the adire, but you are creating room that you know that everybody wants to wear this.
Because you know when you
demand for it.
export it back, do you know what it comes to?
And do you know the value people out there place on some of these local materials?
Bless you.
When they I know what it cost them.
Yeah, there was
to
a
get some
time
of those
I was
things.
into this adire business, and fortunately I had foreign clients in the US, in the UK, and they would even go the extra mile to tell you, don't send the material to us.
No, you saw
Make it. So me say on one material, as at then I was making like times 4
of what you make locally
of the cost price. So I definitely know how much they.
So you can
the
imagine
value.
you can imagine we are putting pressure on forex. That is a form of exporting some of the things we have locally. If you go out there, people abroad in diaspora, they still send to fashion designers there to make their native for them. That's creating employment. Can government be intentional from the federal to the state to the local government and say, can we promote this white collar wherever that we are putting on? Can we look at you dress freely? It's just that the fear is always you women. I've had opportunity to discuss this with people. Give a woman opportunity to wear native. You don't let me say you will regret.
Why?
You have different, except you are going to put.
It is well,
you see, no.
I understand him.
The competition of the designers.
Oh my God! By the time they will now finish with the material, some of them will now turn it into what's that thing we used to wear to beach?
Bikini
and
kimono.
They will turn it to bikini and kimono.
So
I'm not for turning it to bikini and whatever.
No. If you say that to do it, they will turn it into fashion competition.
Yes. But for this
for
one,
women to, even with our English and everything, for me, looking good is good business.
No, we're not talking about
we are not saying
whichever
business.
No, whichever way you want me to come in, the local, attire, whichever way I can do it to
modestly.
make it. Look, be moderate.
No, we must
be moderate. No. See,
I've seen instances
excuse
where
me.
you give this
Moderacy is relative.
What
what is moderate for you?
No, we're not talking about moderate. Modesty.
Even modesty is
modesty in a public
I know
place.
this. I know now.
So you know
the way they will sew this thing We know.
No,
and that's where so many people.
We're not talking.
That's why so many people will tell you that. That is why that is not success. If you give the opportunity, and maybe we'll standardize this. This is kind of which several people might say, why do you want to micromanage me to say this is how it should look like?
True.
You know, but if we should, I feel the challenge we are faced with now is that we are too import dependent. And
in
we have a lot
every
of things
area
that we can do domestically.
Let me shock you, Sheson,
economy.
going back to our conversation about health. We say that a lot of our doctors and, are the ones, the high flyers in developed countries, especially in the medical field. Interestingly, there is an association in the United States of America that came up with a report. It's a biological report. Came up with a report on microbiology. What's that thing they do? That has to do with diseases and all that.
Okay.
And apparently, two of the topmost professors, that the best across the world, are at University of Illinois, as we speak.
Yes, now
They are current. I'm not talking about they have left though.
But they are still within.
As we speak.
The difference between us and them is that there is a system that encourages them to. So how did they dictate that the two?
So apparently they must have gone for sabbatical at some point and all that and all. I know they do a lot of these extreme things with the.
So you will agree with me that we have.
What are we waiting for?
The best is because we don't have a system.
Intellectual. What would I call it now?
Flowers.
Honestly,
in the world
with great intellect, academically sound, just give them the chance. Even our children going into competition with children outside the country, and they come out with.
I find it difficult to understand what we are doing to ourselves.
It's because we are not intentional about it. To build a system, what makes the difference between us and the developed world is nothing than having a system. If you have a system that works, and all you need to do is not dependent on. Take for example this program. Everything is about Tomisin, or everything is about Yinka Kenny, everything is about Sheson. No, we have a system. Call an IT person to plug in. It will perform. It will do, because this is how it rolls.
The system works.
This is the process you need to follow. Then you'll grow faster than any other thing. Nobody comes in and say, no, this is the way I want to do it. No. This is the way the system works. And once you have such thing working out for us, you just key into it and you see yourself developing. You see those two professors you talked about now, the developed world will pick them.
The moment the reports came in, I expected that the Ministry of Health, the NCDC, and the special diseases, whatever that was set up in Osun State University during the height of the COVID in 2020 would have started doing meetings, would have started having meetings.
Okay, how did he go about this? Because an average Nigerian has this PhD, not the doctorate one, pull-down syndrome.
Yeah.
So what is it? They said that.
What are they feeling like?
What's it feeling like?
What's it feeling like?
Until we have, for me, those are no issues to me. Have a system work. So when the system works, it's not about celebrating you. It's not about celebrating me. It's not about celebrating everything. It's about celebrating the system. You understand? And we'll all be better off for it.
We need to go on the bumper breakfast this morning. It's been an exciting conversation, like I did tell you. We're not going to be talking politics today. I'm just tired of the topic, and I won't be talking about it. I'll try not to talk about it for a while. Yinka Kenny, how do you close this morning?
And well, I'll just say to every Nigerians that we should try and stay safe, keep safe, and be security conscious. My name is Yinka Kenny.
I want to say a big thank you to our guest this morning, Olusegun Okwande, for joining us on the bumper breakfast. Have a beautiful and an exciting day.
Thank you very much.
Of course, my name is Tomisi. I'll see you again tomorrow, bright and early. Bye.